So here you have one doctor who wants to talk about his or her brand. Like mostly those are also our clients whom we have serviced across. So they would want content for predominantly their Google business page. They want to write something there that is SEO compatible and comes up in the search results. So you're searching for a new ENT near me and that should come up. So there they want content where they want to describe themselves and the services that they provide. Now, for every doctor, even for a homeopath, when we have homeopathic doctors as our clients, they are sometimes all over the place, right? They want to talk of because they do that. I mean, they are very skilled in a lot of things. So they want to talk of autism spectrum disorders. At the same time, they want to talk of acne also. They want to talk of hair fall. At the same time, they want to talk of hirsutism and PCOD also. So they would want to put out all these things, but how do you go about kind of talking all of it without making it too lengthy, without making it too boring, interesting for the audience to read, without, and while making it proper SEO optimized as well. So most people come for the Google My Business page. Then there is their Facebook and Instagram social media account. That's what they come up with next. Some of them come up and say, we want a website, but they're not really sure what they want in the website. They just like, no, we want a website and we want to take appointments and we want to take payment and all of that. But what are we putting out there? And, now with the migratory population. So now specifically the context of homeopaths now, even for MBBS, the doctor who gets married and shifts, right? Because married to a person who has a migratory, meaning a job, and shifting to a new city. For that doctor to restart that practice in a new city, this is where they think they want to harness the power of internet, right? Because now they've started practice there. So that is the biggest challenge they keep coming to us with. So we have to take a very different perspective in branding such a person and giving them the opportunity to kind of be visible out there on the wide internet space. So these three areas predominantly where doctors want to talk of content, but they are not sure what they should put. For social media, unfortunately or fortunately, meaning many times they end up going to a social media person who has very little expertise in the medical side of things. So then you end up with your, standard templatized things that they do, and they spend quite a bomb on it, and it doesn't really translate to leads. Now, I'm going to be using terminology here which comes from pure business perspective with no offense to the practice of medicine, which even we like to keep very pure, right? So earlier what it was content was how are you going to make your brochure or leaflet which makes your services page, and you go around to other doctors in your area and you distribute that, or you do a medical camp. And again, you need to distribute this and you make a flyer and we would put it into newspapers and have it inserted and stuff like that, right? So that was one era of content. Now that same thing is now in some sense digital, but you want to know your target audience and make sure that post reaches the right target audience in some sense. But this is now not the same. There you were putting that material into their face. Now they have to come up onto that material. It has to come up in their feed. It has to come up in their search organically. And earlier you were targeting the doctors by saying, please refer to us. Now you're targeting the patients directly, potential patients who are searching for something, and they need to kind of find that, you are there. And then you want to kind of highlight about me, about my educational qualifications, about the treated, cases that we've treated, and how do you put out cured cases without making it too technical. So the average doctor often tries to balance this, that I don't want this case to seem like a very frivolous case to my peers and my colleagues, but at the same time, I want the potential patient who's reading this to be able to connect to it and feel, hey, this happens to me too. So this is the doctor who can perhaps treat me, and I want to try and visit this doctor, right? So that's called like that funnel you want to build such that they click on book an appointment now or get in touch with me now kind of a thing. So that is where the doctor's perspective comes predominantly in creating content. Social media content also, as I mentioned, it follows a very templatized thing for most doctors, and you can look at it and say, I probably know which graphics guy they've gone to, or social media, then they're going to that same set of reels or same set of posts. And sometimes they take a strategy where they want to try talking about the homeopathy medicines, for example. And I often want to tell those doctors, and in case some of them are listening today, please be very clear of who your target audience is, right? If you're putting that out there to share with us other homeopaths, we love you for it. We love exchanging knowledge and we love exchanging that information. HomeoMitra also puts out such nice things that we love hearing, like today's Gelsemium post was perfect given the heat wave that has just started, right? So we love that. But if your target audience is patients and you're trying to get more patients, putting out homeopathy remedies and what they do is not really the right approach, to that. So
Agreed.
that
Yes.
is, yeah. So that is what we would like to, kind of counsel the doctors, or this is my take-home message in some sense for them: that choose your strategy, right? Whom are you reaching out to? Whom are you talking to? It's a faceless audience. You don't know who's that guy or girl who's scrolling your post, whether she's a 25-year-old PCOD female who's just got her sonography report, or is just trying to battling weight loss and is just comes across your post and connects with it. So keep it real, keep it there. So that's there. Then coming to the brands of hospitals. Now here the challenge is, firstly, there's no budget constraint as opposed to a doctor. You get a doctor, they're always very tight budget. And I know, I mean, we've all been through that, right? We don't understand marketing in that sense. So we feel, how are we going to spend X amount of money where we are not even sure we are going to convert into 2 or 3 patients? And is it really worth it? Most of us fall for that trap, even for some of these big IT or market aggregator services who come to our doorstep with their pamphlets, and we subscribe to their services. And at the end of the year, we feel very cheated that this didn't turn out to anything. They gave us that star and that badge and put us on top of that post. But did that really bring about patients?